you, sir. So I think, sir, already we have taken most of the questions. Just in case if anything is missed, we'll take it. And along with that, if anyone wants to ask the question directly, they can simply raise their hands and we'll unmute.
एक एक इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन था, देयर वाज एन इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन कि हमें इसका अगर ई इनवॉइस मैंडेटरी है जिससे मैं माल खरीद रहा हूँ, परचेजर और द सप्लायर, वो अगर ई इनवॉइस मेरे को नहीं देता तो क्या मेरे को आईटीसी मिलेगा? आई थिंक गीतिका, वी वोंट गेट द आईटीसी इन दैट केस, राइट?
Yes, sir. In fact, the last question, the last point which I answered was this only, that your IT, this was a doubt which all, most of the industry players were raising, and considering the intention of the government, we all we are a clear understanding that the ITC will be denied if the invoice is not carrying these mandatory requirements, which one of which is this QR code.
And somebody had also asked कि कौन सा इसमें section या rule है? So rule 48 sub rule 5 states that every invoice issued by a person to whom e-invoicing is applicable in any manner other than the manner specified, that is the e-invoice, shall not be treated as an invoice. उसको invoice ही नहीं माना जाएगा.
Correct.
Obviously जब invoice ही नहीं है तो ITC तो कैसे मिलेगा?
Correct. And in fact, in the ITC section itself, it says that it should be the tax invoice as per the law. And therefore, correspondingly, when we see, if it is not meeting the requirements of the law, it is not an invoice. If it is not an invoice, you don't get the credit.
Right, sir. We have a few people who have raised their hands. So I'm starting with Paresh Kangrana ji. I'm unmuting him, sir. Please unmute yourself. Sir, please introduce yourself and then ask the query.
I am Haresh Kagrana, Chartered Accountant from Mumbai. My question is, as Madam said, when the goods sent and not accepted by customer due to damage, then the same goods has to be reversed again to supplier. In that case, Madam suggested to issue credit note. So my question is, when for issuing credit note and getting adjustment of GST element, one of the requirement is that supplier should record credit note and reverse the GST. So how that condition will be complied in such situation? Because in the first instance, supplier will not book my invoice. He will also not book my credit note.
Correct, sir. So in your case, see, I'll tell you why this requirement is there. I'll go back to the basics which I discussed, that in today's scenario, when you are sending a goods and you are issuing invoice,
Right.
You once that's damaged or any for any reason it is coming back, we do it under DC. That's correct, right? So under
Yeah.
DC, goods moved are there. And what happens is that when you're doing your monthly filing in your system manually, you know that for this particular invoice, maybe you go back into ERP, you cancel that invoice.
Yes.
Right. So till today or before the implementation of e-invoicing, this was the practice which was being acrossly, adopted across the industry.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. So now in this situation, the government doesn't even get to know about this particular invoice on which the goods have gone out and come back.
Correct.
Right, because it remains in your system. You
Agreed.
you issue invoice, you get bring back it on DC. That is also because of the e-waybill requirements. अगर वो नहीं होती तो वो भी नहीं आप कर रहे होते, सीधा सीधा goods आ जाते हैं, right? तो अब वो requirement की वजह से आपको जब तक आप ही के सिस्टम में डेटा रहता है तब तक कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है.
Agreed, madam. Agreed.
अभी क्या हो रहा है कि जैसे ही आप इनवॉइस इशू कर देते हो, अब जरूरी नहीं है ना कि आपके गुड्स जो है वो विद इन 24 आवर्स ही पहुंच जाएं. अगर वो विद इन 24 आवर्स पहुंच जाके और बीच में वापस आ रहे हैं तो कैंसिलेशन का एक ऑप्शन अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं, आप तुरंत कैंसिल कर दीजिए. बट मान लीजिए दूर दूर जा रहे हैं तो 2-2 3-3 हफ्ता टाइम लग जाता है. तो क्या हुआ, जब आपने ये इनवॉइस इशू किया, इस पे ई-वे बिल भी इशू हुआ, अब ये दोनों इन्फॉर्मेशन जो है गवर्नमेंट के पास चली गई और गवर्नमेंट ने GSTR 1 में भी अपने चिपका दी. ठीक है, अब आपने क्या किया, आपने जब रिवर्स किया तो आपने DC पे कर लिया. फिर क्या हुआ, जब दोबारा अच्छे सही गुड्स गए तो आपने फिर से एक इनवॉइस इशू किया, सब कुछ किया. अब क्या हो रहा है, आप क्या करोगे, फिर से आप मंथली रिटर्न में मान लीजिए आपके GSTR 1 में वो प्री पॉपुलेटेड आ रहा है, तो आप क्या करोगे, वो एडिटेबल होगा, ऐसा नहीं है कि वो फ्रीज हो जाएंगे नंबर्स. आप क्या करोगे, आप वो पुराना वाला इनवॉइस हटा दोगे क्योंकि अब आपके सिस्टम में वो कैंसिल है.
सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, ये जो ऑटोमेटिक अपलोड होगा, दैट इज एडिटेबल.
यस, दैट इज एडिटेबल. आपको पूरा वो मिलेगा एडिट वेडिट करने का, ऐसा कुछ नहीं गवर्नमेंट उसको फ्रीज कर देगी. बिकॉज़ कई बार बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन ऐसी होती है जो आप ऐड करना चाहोगे, कुछ करना चाहोगे, तो
Okay.
वो बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन आप ये भी देखो कि आपके GSTR 1 में जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, ऐसा नहीं है कि वो 100% ई इनवॉइसिंग में जा रही हैं, वो कुछ
Okay.
लिमिटेड फील्ड्स ही ले रहे हैं, तो GSTR के लिए हो सकता है कुछ एडिशनल फील्ड्स भी रहेंगी, तो वो आपको एडिटेबल फील्ड दी जाएगी, आप क्या करोगे, आप उसको वो कर दोगे, हटा दोगे। अब क्या
Right.
होगा, जैसे गवर्नमेंट पीछे से आपकी रिटर्न और अपना डेटा मैच करेगी, तो क्या देखेगी, अरे इधर तो इसने ये इनवॉइस नहीं रिपोर्ट किया है। This will only lead to having queries and litigation etc from the department. So this is a best practice and all which we are saying that आप ये करो. Now coming to your question, that credit note के लिए requirement होती है कि उसने जो credit लिया है वो reverse करना है, right? This was your question, Harish sir?
Yeah, please go.
करेक्ट. सो नाउ इन दैट इज अगेन अ कंडीशनल रिक्वायरमेंट. अगर उसने क्रेडिट लिया है तो रिवर्स करना है. अब उसने क्रेडिट नहीं लिया तो रिवर्स की सिचुएशन ही नहीं आती है. बट फॉर यू टू डू द कैंसिलेशन और द रिवर्सल ऑफ योर मेन इनवॉइस, द रिक्वायरमेंट इज स्टिल देयर कि आप क्रेडिट नोट कर लो.
Yeah, right.
Right. So I'll also give you a parallel example. Forget about e-invoicing scenario or anything. There are various transactions जिस पे आप क्रेडिट नहीं भी लेते हैं. Take a rent a cab for your employees का transportation. उसमें मान लीजिए अगर अपने सप्लायर ने या आप ही सप्लाई कर रहे हैं रेंट अ कैब सर्विस, आपने कोई गलत इनवॉइस कर दिया और आप क्रेडिट करना चाहते हैं, या देयर इज सम नेगोशिएशन ऑफ प्राइसिंग विद द कस्टमर, तो उन केसेस में भी क्लाइंट तो क्रेडिट नहीं लेता है. बट अगर देयर इज सम चेंज इन इनवॉइस फॉर द वैल्यू, टैक्सेस एटसेट्रा दैट हैज टू बी डन, you will still issue the credit note. So reversal of credit is required only when someone has taken the credit, but that doesn't restrict you from doing a credit note if the person has not taken credit at all.
Right. Next we have Gulshan Ranjan ji. I've asked him to unmute. Gulshan ji, please unmute yourself. Please introduce you, sir, and ask the question, sir. We are very short of time. Ranjan ji, please ask. Okay, so no.
Ranjan ji, are you on mute? Just in case maybe he's speaking and...
No, he's unmuted. Chalo, we'll move to RK Gupta ji. RK Gupta ji, I've unmuted you. Please ask your query. Sir.
Yes. You are audible?
Yes.
Myself, C. RK Gupta from Bhiwadi, Rajasthan. Ma'am, if we issue the financial credit note, it is still compulsory to issue online?
No, sir. For the financial credit notes are not supposed to be sent on the portal. The IRN will not be generated because financial credit notes are anyways not falling within the GST requirements.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Okay.
Sir, next up, I have Krishan Nand Jha ji. Mr. Jha, I unmuted you. Okay. Sanjeev ji. Yeah, Jha ji.
Kenja from CS Sky.
Sir, please repeat. Krishan ji.
Kenja from CS Sky.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, we are related to service provider. Our some revenues are generated at overseas. Presently, our some revenues are generated at overseas.
Okay.
How can we raise invoice to our overseas agent?
Okay, sir. The question, so the issue is that you don't have to raise the e-invoice. You have to get the IRN details on the invoice that you raise on your overseas. And in case that is qualifying as an export, this has been specifically covered under the requirement of the e-invoicing.
No, it is related with import shipments.
Import. So
Yeah,
for import, there is no requirement of generating the invoice. The government has very much clarified.
No. Suppose any shipment is coming on freight collect basis, our agent collected freight on our behalf. So how we can get from there if we do not issue invoice to them?
To whom? To agent or to the overseas?
Yeah. because our accounting is with overseas counterpart agent,
Mm-hmm.
and our on monthly basis we are doing their SOA reconciliation, and surplus amount is get remittance to them, or we are remitting to them.
No, sir, sorry, I am
थोड़ा
not
सा
really
हाँ थोड़ा सा आपका बड़ा स्पेसिफिक सा क्वेश्चन है, इसका
Yeah,
अलग
sir,
से
आप-
रिप्लाई कर देंगे। एंड आई वुड
Yeah.
रिक्वेस्ट कि थोड़े से जेनरिक क्वेश्चंस आप पूछें, स्पेसिफिक आप अलग से वो कर सकते हैं ताकि जो सबके इंटरेस्ट के हों।
Krishan ji,
next
I
person.
will display our mail ID at the end. You can write us, and we'll surely will be more than happy to answer that.
Yeah, we
Next
need to
person-
just
next person.
understand
Also
the
unmuted,
transaction
ji.
in detail. Huh.
Yeah, Sanjeev Goski ji.
I have actually 3-4 questions. I will ask one by one.
Please, ma'am,
can
please
we-
introduce yourself, ma'am. Which city are you from?
I am Sanju Goski calling from Pune.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Can we generate e-way bill before registering on IRP?
Sir, e-way bill anyways is a separate portal, right? You can
Yes.
generate, but at the end of the day, the goods have to travel along with the e-way bill and the tax invoice.
Yes.
Right. So if you don't have an correct or an IRN printed invoice, the e-way bill you can generate it, but only challenge with that you may face is that while in transit there can be some checking etc. during the movement of the goods, and then some officer can highlight this that the goods are not moving with the tax invoice.
Madam, there is provision that after registering on IRP, the invoice will be automatically transmitted to GSTR1. That I learned that process has not started yet.
Yeah,
So,
so it is still in process. Like I said that in the month of October, those people who generated their e-invoices for October, ideally on 13th, this automation was supposed to work and the GSTR1 was supposed to be generated, etc. But due to some technical glitches, it got, half of the information got generated, half of it. I think government is working on it because they are also doing it for the first time. So, but at the end of the day, it is only a facilitation measure. It is not that if the data is not generated or reported on the GSTR1, you cannot do it. In case in practical scenario, you find that something is not being reported, you can mention it on your own as well.
Sanjeev ji, just one last question, sir. We are very out of time.
is there any time limit to raise the invoice on IRP?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Razi Patel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is my question is I'm working in a company that is an air travel agent. We are a travel agent company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From where are you, sir? Which city, sir?
Yeah, I'm from Mumbai.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm working with I'm in taxation department looking after the GST part.
Mm-hmm.
So my query is right now presently what we are doing the role is our role is issuing ticket on behalf of our client. We are a corporate travel agent. So
Okay.
suppose that my client is, you can say, Merit Group or what a Raheja Group. They instruct me to issue the ticket and we issue the ticket. Against that we are charging booking fees, our 100 rupees, 50 rupees, whatever be. In the GST portal, we are just showing our taxable element as 100 rupees. Because
Correct.
rest element, the ticket cost is a reimbursement cost. That we are not showing.
Correct.
So my first query is whether that reimbursement will not consider under turnover criteria, right?
Yeah, that is not your turnover. Your turnover is only the commission fee for the intermediary services that you're giving.
Yes.
That is only the reimbursement. Yeah.
Apart from the air travel agent, we have a license with the Forex RBI, wherein we have 82 license.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in the 82 license, we are authorized to remit the money, 14 categories allotted to us for education, for medical, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
And we have in Forex, there is an exemption wherein we can purchase dollar, whatever the currency from the bank, and sell it to other bank. That is called bulk purchase and bulk sale. Okay. So that is exempted. That is exempted. But we are showing in the GST return as exempted.
Correct.
So whether this exempted, see, my company's commission income is approximately 15 crore only commission income, because we are a travel agent. But when if you take this example of bulk purchase and bulk sale, it comes to 400.
Sir, you got muted.
Hello.
Yeah.
suppose hello.
Yes, yes,
आई
please.
थिंक गीतिका यहाँ इनका वो ये कि अगर एग्जेम्प्टेड
Exempt
सप्लाईज
supply,
हैं
हाँ जी, हाँ
Yeah,
जी.
तो
see,
वो एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर के लिए काउंट होंगी नहीं
Yeah,
होगी
see,
और
because,
लोगों के भी क्वेरीज
yeah,
हैं.
but see,
Yeah.
yeah, because you can say my lot is for this forex division, my one purchase lot is approx 10 crore. When I purchase currency of 10 crore from the bank and sell it to the other bank 10 crore 10,000 only. So my income is only 10,000, but because of this turnover, exempted turnover, whether I will be considered under EV bill, that is the danger part for me, because my commission income is 15 crore, but my forex turnover is approximately 400 crore.
ठीक है मिस्टर राजी. गीतिका, कैन you want to answer, or it's a very specific field of travel and that too something very different, so we can take it later on also
Sir,
specifically.
in general, we can mention that
Yeah.
in the aggregate turnover, even the exempt supplies have to be considered. But I think his concern is that because we are having major revenue only on this, maybe purchase and sale of currency and all is a clear, transaction that they are doing. We can just, for their specific transaction, maybe we can just look into some more details if we can say these are only transaction in money or something.
Yes,
And,
and
yeah.
secondly, one small question. If a person is going from Mumbai to Pune by car, we are not eligible. We are hiring the car and we are not able to take the credit, right? But the
Right.
same way, when we are booking the air flight ticket, then you can able to take the K3 tax benefit. So how it possible? The both are convinced only. One is car, but that is not eligible. But when you are going from the air, then it is eligible.
I'm sorry, sir. That is something that the lawmakers have put as a condition, and this is something which
गवर्नमेंट
is
से हमें
not
लड़ाई करना पड़ेगा उसके लिए.
हाँ.
आपको रिप्रेजेंटेशन अपनी एसोसिएशन के थ्रू भेजना चाहिए.
correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Shubham, one or two more questions, then we can wind up.
Yeah. Next question, please.
Hello.
Yes,
हाँ जी,
sir.
बोलिए.
Yes, myself Jinesh Mehta. As you mentioned, we need to print QR code on B2C invoices.
Mm-hmm.
So, what should be the content of that QR code?
Sir, Rajiv
इसका
sir, हाँ.
हाँ, इसका मैंने बताया था कि इसमें आपको बेसिकली वो डिटेल्स देनी है. उसमें आपका डिटेल्स आएगा और जो पर्सन आपसे परचेज कर रहा है उसमें अमाउंट कितना है. नॉर्मली जैसे मैंने कहा, अभी हम जाके पेटीएम के थ्रू पेमेंट करते हैं या भीम ऐप के थ्रू पेमेंट करते हैं, वहां आप जब स्कैन करते हैं तो वो उसका नेम वगैरह आ जाता है, लेकिन अमाउंट आपको डालना पड़ता है. इसमें नई चीज ये होगी कि अब अमाउंट भी नहीं डालना पड़ेगा, अमाउंट भी उसके अंदर क्यूआर कोड के अंदर ही होगा. दिस इज द डिफरेंस.
Okay, but that QR code we only the service provider or the taxpayer has to generate from their own
Right.
IRP, right?
राइट. ये कहीं आपको पोर्टल वगैरह पे अपलोड नहीं करना.
Okay, right. Thank you.